What's up, y'all? This is Ant Glizzy and this Barberson TV. And today we got 13-year-old juvenile killed in the DMV for carjacking. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 100K subscribers. I appreciate everybody, y'all. We turning up over here. Y'all see the channel growing. Y'all see the likes, the share. I want to see this, though. Make sure y'all share these videos on y'all Instagrams, like the post y'all like. Just post it on y'all Insta story. You ain't got to put it on your page. I know y'all too cute and bougie for that, but just put it on your Insta story. Don't nobody care about the Insta story. It's just an Insta story post. Just to keep it in the algorithm, keep us going up, y'all. This is our channel. No other YouTuber deals with y'all, like the fans or the supporters, like I do. This is my family. These are my supporters. Like, I deal with y'all. Like, I'm with y'all more than them. I'm with y'all. Like, don't y'all know if I go to like an industry place, I'm not gonna be with the industry. I'm gonna be with y'all. I'm one of y'all. Like, we in it. But let's get into it. It was a 13-year-old juvenile. Prior to this, him passing away, allegedly, when he was 12 years old, he was locked up for 9 different carjackings, like a carjacking spree. They locked him up. It was like 9 different carjackings. If it wasn't 9, it's just an estimate. But what about 9 carjackings, and they locked him up? It was a spree of carjackings. They locked up a 12-year-old, but he was 12 years old at the time. There was really nothing they can do with him. 12 years old in a juvenile facility as a 12-year-old, your parent can come pick you up from jail. They don't really know how to prosecute a 12-year-old. There ain't really no laws for no 12-year-olds in Washington, D.C. Like, a 12-year-old can get caught red-handed with something and go home, and they just try to forget about it, because what could you do to them? The most you could do to them, it's not even that. I don't even know what you could do to a 12-year-old. Yeah, I don't know at all. But at 12 years old, you ain't even supposed to be thinking like that. When I ain't started smoking weed till I was 18. At 12 years old, you're supposed to be living your life, enjoying your life. Like, what happened to cartoons, y'all? I used to have fun back in my day. I don't want to think I'm gonna tell y'all childhood gangster, like lean, perks, free cars, and all that. My childhood was all right. It wasn't that bad compared to y'all. My childhood was all right. Football, we had kids connection, we had white. It used to be white people. Like, white people used to come to the neighborhood, take the kids to summer camp for 2 months for the summer. They had programs. It was DC was all right. Like, the killing was still going on, stuff was going on, but you still had the kids was good. Like, kids wasn't dying. A 13-year-old dying was rare. A 13-year-old dying now is like the typical. It's going to be a 13 to 25. That's the age of death right now. But long story short, they end up letting him go. So I don't know if they feel like if he went and did 9 carjackings allegedly and was locked up for him and y'all let him go, who will rehabilitate him? I feel like the government let him down. I feel like y'all let him down. Like, who will rehabilitate him? Who told him what's right from wrong? What's going to stop him? It's like y'all put him back out there to die. It's like you literally just watch a 12-year-old carjack 9 cars. A 12-year-old ain't even supposed to know how to drive. He know how to get a gun, carjack, and come on, bro, that is dangerous. We need to sit him down and rehabilitate him, not take him to jail. He don't deserve jail. He deserved to know right from wrong. He probably was growing up off 12 years of Grand Theft Auto. He never had a father. He just played GTA for 12 years, and he turned out that way. He might be helped. All you had to do was help him. Why send him back out there and set him up for failure? Wait till he catch an adult charge. That's what the government was thinking. I promise you. The government probably already knew this. Like, 9 carjackers, oh yeah, but 9 more, and the next 9 he gonna get killed. I promise you that's what they was thinking. But for the family, I'm sorry for y'all loss. Right or wrong, it still was a child. And as a whole, we just gotta do better. Like, as a city, we just gotta do better. This for all the young guys. If it's 13-year-olds that watch me, that watch this, I'm gonna tell you, listen to me. If you watch this, I'm gonna give you free game. Go live your life. You 13 years old, you don't gotta be gangster yet. You don't gotta be. If you wanna be gangster, you don't gotta be gangster at 13, bro. Like, go be a 13-year-old. Go play some football. Go play some sports. Go try to be something. If I can go back and play sports over, I will go be the greatest at sports and be a millionaire. Give me $100 million contract or something. Go be a 13-year-old, bro. Go be a 14-year-old. Go be a 15-year-old. Go do what you do. I didn't start smoking at 18. When you turn 18, make your own decisions. Until then, leave that alone, bro. They're going to tell you about the streets. There's nobody in the streets got more money than the YouTuber. I'm just here to tell you, go get your big homie and tell him, show you his bank account. I'm going to show you mine. He ain't really your big homie. He just your homie. He big to you. He ain't nothing to me. You feel me? So, it's an off-duty police officer, allegedly. He's sitting outside waiting to clock in on his shift. He outside his shift. 2 juveniles walk up on him. One of the juveniles was 13 years old. They approached his car, knocked on his window, and touched his waistband and said, "Get out the car, you know what it is." as a police officer and a trained guy with a gun, he complied, but he's really setting himself up to defend himself. Like, let them get away. It's a 13-year-old. He probably see that these kids, he tricking them. He knew that, first of all, when they had a gun and they was at the window, and this highly trained officer, he knew them kids was dead. Soon as the little boy touched his waistband, even if he ain't up to gun nothing, that officer knew that little boy was dead. And the little boy brain, as a 13-year-old, he didn't even process it.
News 4 is uncovering new details tonight about the middle school student, just 13 years old, shot and killed this weekend while trying to carjack an off-duty federal security officer. Today, the child's middle school principal described Bernard Tony as smart, funny, and talented. But we also learned he is no stranger to police. This Saturday was not the first time he was accused of stealing cars. News 4's Darcy Spencer has the new developments.
It was here on D Street Northwest, outside an office building, that 13-year-old Bernard Tony Jr. was shot and killed when he allegedly tried to carjack an off-duty federal security officer. It was around 10 Saturday night. Police say the officer was sitting in his car waiting for a shift to start when two juveniles told him to get out. According to the report, one of the teens had his hand in his front waistband pocket as if he had a handgun. And as he was complying, the officer pulled a gun and shot Tony in the chest. A second juvenile ran away. The off-duty officer's gun was the only one recovered from the scene.
Guns, carjackings, 13-year-olds, recipe for tragedy.
Two sources familiar with the investigation confirmed that Tony was arrested last May for a carjacking and robbery spree. This map shows the area where he allegedly committed 9 crimes in a 6-week period. News 4 reported he was 12 years old at the time. It's unclear what happened with those cases and why Tony was back on the street. In a one-on-one interview, Chief Pamela Smith told News 4 she wanted to be sensitive to the teen's parents and classmates.
He was known to the Metropolitan Police Department, and it's just unfortunate that this particular incident happened on Saturday night.
Tony was a 7th grader at Kelly Miller Middle School in Northeast D.C. We could see police presence at the school today. Counseling services were also being offered to students. The school principal sent a letter to parents saying Tony was a smart and talented student. He had a natural comedic ability and loved to make people laugh, especially when he would joke that he was the principal of Kelly Miller Middle. Bernard also loved to play basketball and spend his free time on the court with his friends. D.C.'s crime crisis was the subject of a council committee meeting earlier in the day. Leaders, community members, and victim families discussing violence reduction programs.
Everywhere I go, I hear people say that crime is the worst that they have seen, and it is driving our long-term residents out of the city.
According to D.C. crime stats, there have been 827 carjackings in the district so far this year. 74% of them involve guns, and most of those arrested are under 18.
And it's not all of our juveniles. We believe that there's a small number of juveniles. I believe, and I want to believe, and I'll go publicly and say the majority of our young people here in the District of Columbia are amazing young people.
Police tell us that off-duty security officer has cooperated in the investigation. At this point, no charges have been filed. In Northwest, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
Here's the car. Give him the keys. Let him get in the car. He think it's nothing. He step back, hands up, quick draw. Boom, boom, boom. 13-year-old pass away. It's that easy. The other suspect, he runs off. He leaves his friend there dead. What is he going to do? I don't even know what I would have did if I was in that situation. But it's like now it's a lose-lose situation. You didn't get a car, you lost a friend, you swapped your friend for a car, and the whole world gonna be looking for whoever the second suspect is because they got you all over the news. Like, come on, bro, you gotta think, use your brain. Everybody gotta go through things to learn from, bro. You gotta learn from everything. Some people can't learn because it don't be no tomorrow. But to me, I feel like just me, if I would have looked, if I was that off-duty police officer, and I would have looked up and I would have seen 2 kids and they'd have said, step out this car, put your hands up. I would have stepped out the car, put my hands up, and let them leave with that car. I don't even want to kill a 13-year-old. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know. First of all, even if I can't tell his age with a mask or no mask, I can tell by his body frame, his build, his voice. I know this is a kid. You can have this car. This car ain't even worth your life. Like, this car not worth your life. So I think y'all need to question that police officer and ask yourself, did he 100% sure had to kill somebody's bad little kid who can be rehabilitated because he's 13 years old and he don't know right from wrong and he need to be trained on what's right from wrong? I'm just saying, bro, it can go either way, bro. I know it's a lot of carjacking going on. I know it's going on with the kids. They touch your waistband and told you get out the car. So they basically saying, get out the car. If you get out the car, your son. So you a highly trained officer. I know you can kill this kid. I know it's in your job. I know you can write it down. This is justified murder. This is 100% sure. But out of you being a human being, was you snap into your conscience and say, this little kid has a mom, and his mom does not want him to die today by a bad mistake that he making. That's what y'all police officers need to think. Y'all out here killing kids, right or wrong. He asked for the car, get on the car. They got a million cars on the police, but the police give y'all new cars right here and there. I'm just here to tell you, wrong is wrong and right is right. I'm not saying he was right and I'm not saying the police was wrong, but I don't feel like you had to kill him. That's just my opinion. Who am I? Barberson.